have appointed the offices of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen. Next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, proceed and lay your papers. Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Stephen Mande, representing Akalakale Katini Ward. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following papers on the table of the Assembly today, the 8th November 2022. 1. The first report of the Committee on Appointments of the Third Assembly on the vetting of nominees for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee members and the County Secretary. 2. First quarter county executive financial statements for the year 2022-2023 received on that 1st October 2022. And 3, count consolidated annual financial statements for the year 2021-2022 received on that 1st day of October 2022. And then 4, the report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on proposed amendments to standing orders. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The third and the fourth papers are committed to Finance and Revenue Collection Committee for interrogation and tabling of the report. Next order.
Order number 6, notice of motion.
Honorable Stephen Mwandi, Deputy Speaker, proceed and give your notices of motion.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution is read together with the sections 30, Sub-Article 2D and 44, Sub-Article 2D and B of the County Governments Act 2012 provides that the governor shall appoint the County Executive Committee members and the County Secretary with the approval of the County Assembly. Aware that Standing Order number 184, Sub-Article 4 of the County Assembly of Machakos Standing Orders provides that the Committee on Appointments shall consider for approval by the Assembly appointments of members of County Executive Committee. I wish to give notice of the motion that, taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its first report on the vetting of nominees for approval as County Executive Committee members and the County Secretary, laid on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 8th October 2022, and pursuant to Article 179 2B of the Constitution, Sections 30, Sub-Article 2D and 44, Sub-Article 2D and B of the County Governments Act 2012, Sections 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments Act 2017 and Standing Order 184, Sub-Order 4 in the House. In this House, this House approves one, the appointment of the following persons to the County Executive Committee members. Number 1, Dr. Consolata Mutizia, Department of Devolution, Onesimus Muyakuyu, Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Daniel Munao Yumbia, Health, Honorable Nathaniel Ganga Ruben, Roads, Transport and Public Works, Philip Motua Kilonzo, Lands, Urban Development, Housing and Energy, Bishop Dr. Joel Zomo, Agriculture, Food Security and Cooperative Development, 7, Catherine Mutano Raphael, Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change, 8, Joyce Mikali Muint, Education, 9, Sharon Doki Mutoa, Trend, Industry, Tourism and Innovation, 10, Onesimus Muasia, Gender, Youth, Sports and Social Welfare. Then Roman 2, the House approves the appointment of the Dr. Victor Moya Ndamboki as the County Secretary. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, I also give a notice of motion. Honorable Speaker, that aware that standing orders are written rules under which a legislative house conducts its business, further aware that these House standing orders regulate the way members conduct their business and how debates are organized, and that they are unique to the legislative body they govern. Informed that the Procedure and House Rules Committee, as established under Standing Order number 187, is mandated to consider and report on all matters relating to the standing orders. Cognizant that under Standing Order number 227, a member with the support of at least 2 other members may request the Procedure and Assembly Rules Committee to consider an amendment to the standing orders. Aware that pursuant to Standing Orders Order 227, Sub-Order 1, this Procedure and Rules Committee received a proposal of amendment from an honorable member, considered them, and subsequently compiled a report. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that this Honorable House discusses and approves the report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on proposed amendments to standing orders. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
May I call upon Honorable Nicholas Nzioka, Majority Leader, to proceed and give the statements of the House Business Committee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am Nicholas Nzioka, representing the great people of Machakos Central Ward. Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee met on Monday, the 7th November 2022, to prioritize business for the House as forwarded by the committees and honorable members pursuant to the provision of the Standing Order number 151, Sub-Order 6D. The committee balloted as follows. Tuesday morning, 8th November 2022 at 10 a.m. A, report of the Committee on Appointments on approval of nominees to the County Executive Committee and Office of the County Secretary. 2, Tuesday afternoon, 8th November 2022 at 2:30 p.m. A, statement on relocation of wholesale market from Mavivia Market to Machakos Town by the Honorable Gideon Kavo, MCA Mumboni North. B, report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on proposed amendment to standing orders, the Honorable Stephen Mwande, Deputy Speaker, and motion on adjournment of the sitting of the House Wednesday, 9th November 2022 by the Majority Leader. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Next order.
Order number 8, motion, approval of nominees to the office of the County Executive Committee members and the office of the County Secretary.
May I call upon Honorable Stephen Mwande proceed and move the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution is read together with Section 30, Article 2D and 44, Sub-Article 2B, 2D and B of the County Governments Act 2012 provides that the Governor shall appoint the County Executive Committee members and the County Secretary with approval of the County Assembly. Aware that Standing Orders 184, Sub-Order 4 of the County Assembly of Machakos, Standing Orders, provides that the Committee on Appointments shall consider for approval by the Assembly appointments of the members of County Executive Committee. I wish to move the motion that, taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its first report on the vetting of nominees for approval as County Executive Committee members and the County Secretary, laid on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 8th October 2022, and pursuant to Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution. Sorry, Madam Speaker, I wish to repeat. I wish to move the motion that, taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its first report on the vetting of nominees for approval as County Executive Committee members and the County Secretary, read on the table of the House today, Tuesday, the 8th day of November 2022, and pursuant to Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution, Sections 30, Sub-Article 2D and 44, Sub-Article 2D and B of the County Governments Act 2012, Sections 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments Act 2017 and Standing Order 184, Sub-Order 4. This House Roman 1 approves the appointment of the following persons as the County Executive Committee members. 1, Dr. Consolata Mutisia, Department of Devolution. 2, Onesimus Muyakuyo, Finance and Economic Planning. 3, Dr. Daniel Minaoyumbia, Health. 4, Honorable Nathaniel Ganga Ruben, Roads, Transport and Public Works. 5, Philip Mutua Kilonzo, Lands and Urban Development, Housing and Energy. 6, Bishop Dr. Joel Zomo, Agriculture, Food Security and Cooperative Development. 7, Catherine Mutano Raphael, Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change. 8, Joyce Mwikali Muint, Education. 9, Sharon Doki Mutua, Trend, Industry, Tourism and Innovation. 10, Onesimus Moasia, Gender, Youth, Sports, and Social Welfare. Roman 2 approves the appointment of the Dr. Victor Muya Ndambuki as the County Secretary. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You may proceed and call a seconder.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and so I call Honorable Minority Leader to second the motion.
Thank you. I now propose the question that, taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its first report on the vetting of nominees for approval as County Executive Committee members and the County Secretary, laid on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 8th November 2022, and pursuant to Article 179, 2B of the Constitution, Section 30, 2D, and 44, 2DB of the County Government Act 2012, Section 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, and Standing Order 184, Suborder 4. This House, 1, approves the appointments of the following persons as County Executive Committee members. 1, Dr. Consolata Mutisia, Department of Devolution. 2, Onesimus Moya Kuyu, Department of Finance and Economic Planning. 3, Dr. Daniel Munyao Yumbia, Department of Health. 4, Honorable Nathaniel Ganga Ruben, Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. 5, Philip Mutua Kilonzo, Department of Lands, Urban Development, Housing and Energy. 6, Bishop Dr. Joel Nzomo, Agriculture, Food, Security and Cooperative Development. 7, Catherine Mutan Raphael, Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change. 8, Joyce Mwikali Muindi, Department of Education. And 9, Sharon Ndoki Mutua, Trade, Industry, Tourism and Innovation. 10, Onesimus Moasia, Gender, Youth, Sports and Social Welfare. 2, it approves appointments of Dr. Victor Muya Ndambuki as the County Secretary. I now invite members to debate the motion. Members, the floor is yours.
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
Under what order? Standing order.
Madam Speaker, I'm requesting that you allow the Deputy Speaker to take us through the meeting, which is very brief. I can see it. It's very brief. We give him 2 minutes so that we can be discussing on something that has been read.
Okay. Deputy Speaker, you can proceed and summarize.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is the first report of the Committee on Appointments of the Third Assembly on the vetting of nominees for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee members and the position of County Secretary. Forward. Pursuant to Article 179, Subarticle 2B of the Constitution and Sections 32 and 2D and 44, 2D and B of the County Governments Act 2012, Her Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County nominated Dr. Consolata Mutisia for the appointment as County Executive Committee member for devolution. Onesimus Muya Kuyu for appointment as the County Executive Committee member for finance and economic planning. Dr. Daniel Munao Yumbia for appointment as County Executive Committee member for health. Honorable Nathaniel Ganga Ruben for appointment as County Executive Committee member for roads, transport and public works. Philip Mutua Kilonzo for appointment as County Executive Committee member for lands, urban development, housing and energy. Bishop Dr. Joel Zomo for appointment as County Executive Committee member for agriculture, food security and cooperative development. Catherine Mutanu Raphael for appointment as County Executive Committee member for water, irrigation, environment and climate change. Joyce Mukali Muindi for appointment as County Executive Committee member for education. Sharon Doki Mutua for appointment as County Executive Committee member for trade industry, tourism and innovation. Onesimus Mwasia for appointment as County Executive Committee member for gender, youth, sports and social welfare. And Dr. Victor Moyandambuki for appointment as the County Secretary. Notices of the nominations were conveyed to the Speaker of the County Assembly through a letter reference number MCG stroke 00G stroke 010 2022 dated 6th October 2022 for 10 positions of County Executive Committee members and a letter dated 12th October 2022 for the position of County Secretary. Pursuant to standing orders that 9 suborder 1, the Speaker of County Assembly read the message from My Excellency the Governor, Machakos County, communicating the names of the nominees on Tuesday, 18th October 2022. Pursuant to Section 7, suborder 1, and standing under 184, suborder 4, the names of the nominees were committed to the Committee on Appointments for approval, hearings, and reporting to the House within 21 days. Consequently, and in accordance with Article 196, Subarticle 1 of the Constitution, Section 75, Section 7, Subarticle 5 and 10 of the Public Appointments Act 2017 and Standing Orders 42, Suborder 5 and 6, the Clerk of the County Assembly placed an advertisement in the print media on Wednesday, 19th October 2022, inviting the public to attend the approval hearing and or submit any information or comments on suitability or otherwise by the way of sworn-in affidavits for appointment of the nominees. By close of submission deadline, the committee did not receive any memoranda touching on the suitability or otherwise of the nominees for appointment. In the same advertisement, the Clerk of the County Assembly notified the public that the Committee on Appointments would conduct the approval hearings from Tuesday, 27th October 2022, from 27th October 2022 and Friday, 28th October 2022. The nominees appeared before the committee as scheduled on Thursday, 27th October 2022 and Friday, 28th October 2022 for approval hearings in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution, Public Appointments Act 2017 and the County Assembly of Machakos Standing Orders, Establishment and Mandate of the Committee. Section 14, Subarticle 3A of the County Governments Act 2012 provides that when the Assembly is considering an appointment for which its approval is required under the Constitution, an Act of Parliament or county legislation, the appointment shall be considered first by the Committee of the County Assembly. The Committee on Appointment is established under Standing Order number 184, Suborder 1. Standing Orders 184, Suborder 4 provides that the Committee on Appointments shall consider for approval by the Assembly appointments under Article 179, Subarticle 2B of the Constitution that touches on members of County Executive Committee. The Committee on Appointments as constituted by the House comprises of the following honorable members. 1. Honorable Ann Kiusa, Speaker of the County Assembly and the Chairperson, Honorable Stephen Mwandi, Deputy Speaker, Honorable Nicholas Zioka, Leader of Majority Party, Honorable Billy Dawa, Leader of Minority Party, Honorable Jackson Daka, Deputy Leader of Majority Party, Honorable Francis Kavu, Deputy Leader of Minority Party, Honorable Winfriend Mutua, Member, Honorable Francis Ketaka, Member, Honorable John Brian Kisila, Member, Honorable Peter Kilonzo, Member. Pursuant to Section 7, 8, and 9, and Section 8 of the Public Appointments Act 2017, the committee observed that the nominees met the requirements of Chapter 6 of the Constitution, demonstrated knowledge and experience on the portfolios to which they had been nominated, had the requisite academic qualifications, training, and professional experience, and scored above the pass mark of 60% that was set by the committee to be approved for appointment. As County Executive Committee members, in accordance with Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution and Section 30, Sub-Article 2D of the County Government Acts 2012. 1. Dr. Consolata Mutisia, nominee County Executive Member for devolution, got an average marks of 85.4%. Mr. Onesimus Muya Kuyu, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Finance and Economic Planning, got an average of marks of 92.9%. Dr. Daniel Munao Yumbia, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Health, got 94.7%. Honorable Nathaniel Ganga Ruben, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Roads, Transport and Public Works, got 94%. Mr. Philip Mutua Kilonzo, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Lands, Urban Development, Housing and Energy, got 84.4%. Bishop Dr. Joel Zomo, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Agriculture, Food Security and Cooperative Development, got 84.3%. Mrs. Catherine Mutano Raphael, Ms. Catherine Mutano Raphael, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change, got 92.2%. Ms. Joyce Mikali Muint, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Education, got 86.1%. Ms. Sharon Doki Mutua, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Trade, Industry, Tourism and Innovation, got 93.3%. And Dr. Onesimus Mwasia, nominee County Executive Committee Member for Gender, Youth, Sports and Social Welfare, got 92%. B. As County Secretary in accordance with Sections 44, 2D and B of the County Governments Act 2012, Dr. Victor Muya Ndaboki got 93%. And sorry, number 10, Madam Speaker, one Onesimus Mwasia is not doctor, is Mr. Onesimus Mwasia, just for correction purpose.
Thank you for that.
Having considered the approval hearings for the nominees pursuant to Article 179 2B of the Constitution and Sections 32D and 44 2D and B of the County Governments Act 2012, Section 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments Act 2017, and Standing Order 184, Suborder 4, the committee recommends that the House, 1, approves the nomination of Dr. Consolata Mutisa for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for devolution by Her Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 2, approves the nomination of Mr. Onesimus Muya Kuyu for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Finance, Economic Planning by Her Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 3, approves the nomination of Dr. Daniel Munyao Yumbia for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Health by Her Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 4, approves the nomination of Honorable Nathaniel Ganga Ruben for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Roads, Transport and Public Works by Her Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 5, approves the nomination of Mr. Philip Mutua Kilonzo for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Lands, Urban Development, Housing and Energy by Her Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 6, Approves the nomination of Bishop Dr. Joel Nzomo for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Agriculture, Food Security and Cooperative Development by Your Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 7. Approves the nomination of Mrs. Catherine Mutan Raphael for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change by Your Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 8. Approves the nomination of Ms. Joyce Mukali Muindi for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Education by Your Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 9. Approves the nomination of Ms. Sharon Doki Mutua for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Trade, Industry, Tourism and Innovation by Your Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. 10. Approves the nomination of Mr. Onesimus Monsa for appointment as County Executive Committee Member for Gender, Youth, Sports and Social Welfare by Your Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. And 11. Approves the nomination of Dr. Victor Muya Dambuki for appointment as County Secretary by Your Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. The committee is grateful to the offices of the Speaker and that of the Clerk of County Assembly for the support accorded during the execution of this task. The committee is also thankful to the civil society and members of the public for following the proceedings and at the Assembly Public Gallery through the Assembly YouTube and other media platforms. Appreciation also goes to the further state for being available to cover the proceedings of the committee, thus enhancing accountability and transparency of the process. I wish to express my appreciation to the honorable members of the committee who sacrificed their time to participate in this exercise. On behalf of the Committee on Appointments and pursuant to Section 14, Sabatco 3B of the County Governments Act 2012, Section 9, Sabatco 1 of the Public Appointments Act 2017, and Standing Orders 179, Suborder 6, it is now my duty and privilege to present to the House the first report of the Committee on Appointments on the approval hearings of the nominees for appointment to the position of County Executive Members and the position of County Secretary. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Members, it's time to debate the motion. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity. My name is Judas Ndawa, representing the great people of Matu. Madam Speaker, I will start by congratulating the committee and our most able chair, who is the Speaker, and the Deputy Speaker, and members for coming up with a self-explanatory report which do not require any explanation. Madam Speaker, we have been approving reports in this House, but I want to say this is the best. It is very brief and to the point. Secondly, Madam Speaker, coming to the nominees, I want to start by thanking Her Excellency the Governor. For presenting nominees whom I can say they are people of substance. They are people of substance. Madam Speaker, I'm supporting the report and I'm making an appeal to the House to agree with the report. I'm a member of that committee, Madam Speaker, and I'm 100% sure the nominees, the marks awarded to these several failures nominees, it is by merit, not by being assisted by anyone. It is by merit. And I want to say, Madam Speaker, from the interrogation and the interviews that we conducted, these nominees have all what is required to take the task ahead of them once they are appointed. Madam Speaker, as you are aware, and as the House is aware, and the county also is aware, the county government is made up of two organs. We have the county assembly which is composed of the speaker, the clerk, and the members of the county assembly. We can say that organ is complete. The other organ speaker, Madam Speaker, is the county executive. And as it is now, the county executive is supposed to be composed of the governor, the deputy governor, the CECs, and the chief officers. We have only 2 officers in that county government. That is the governor and the deputy governor. What does that mean? It means there is a very big lacuna, which needs to be sealed. And the only available option to seal this lacuna is to approve these nominees to be appointed so that we can unlock the stalemate which is there. Madam Speaker, as of now, the county executive employees have not yet been paid. What is the reason? The person who is supposed to be signing Form C for them to be paid is nowhere. It's not in existence. So to unlock this, Madam Speaker, I appeal to this House to move this speed to ensure that we have ministers or the CECs in place so that we can be able to move forward. Madam Speaker, the other issue I'm talking about, once we approve this motion, once we approve motions in this House, they are supposed to be referred to the department. We don't have any office bearer in the department. We don't have a CEC in education. We don't have a CEC in finance. We don't have a CEC in health. Every department, there are gaps. Let us seal these gaps so that we can be able to move forward. Madam Speaker, I support and request that we move forward. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Minority Leader. Majority Leader, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support the report on the appointments committee. I was a member of that committee. I'd want to thank the chair, who happens to be the speaker, and the members who really put a great effort and shift to compile the report. And I plead with the members in the House that you see to it that collectively, what I would call collective responsibility. We have a collective responsibility in ensuring that we assist the other side of the government to form. I want to say that going through the nominees, I noticed something. I noticed that the governor, Her Excellency the Governor, really tried to be gender sensitive. We have 4 nominees who are male and females, or ladies, and 6 nominees who are gentlemen. I think we are in a situation where every turn and twist we are reminded to be gender sensitive. And so I want to thank Her Excellency and urge the members also to be gender sensitive. Number 2, Her Excellency, in appointing the nominees, also looked at the issue of young people. And if you look at the profiles of some of the nominees, they actually meet the qualification of being youth. So I think also it represents a bigger constituency that in this country is more often overlooked. So I'd also want to thank Her Excellency the Governor and also urge the members to look that we do not want to be calling every other member of our young generation leader of tomorrow. We need to empower them today. So I urge the members to support the report. Lastly, I'd want to say that in forming the other side of the government, we are doing service to our people. The other side of government have only two people, the governor and her deputy. And so our people are suffering. People who need to be served in matters of water, they have nobody to see. People who want to question issues on health, they have nobody to see. So in forming or in approving the nominees will actually be bringing closer service to our people. So Madam Speaker, I support and urge my colleagues to support. Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Ndi,
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I want to congratulate you for being elected Vice Chair CAF.
Thank you.
I know the sky is the limit, and with your good heart, I know the county assemblies of this republic are in good hands. We'll give you the support you need so that you can execute without fear the duties of the Vice Chair CAF. Having said that, I want to support the motion to approve the nominees, to approve the report by the Appointments Committee without any amendment. I don't want to belabor to bring forward what the report says. But I know, having elected the governor, I know from reliable sources the former regime or some of the former regime officers have been sabotaging the governor because she doesn't have a government in place. By approving today the said names of the 10 nominees for CECs and the county secretary, we will have given the governor all the support so that she can unlock her potential to bring this, to give this county, to move this county to great heights. And to my brothers, in this house, I want to quote Ken Rogers, who said, "The gambler knows the secret to surviving, knowing what to throw and knowing what to keep." We must know what to throw and what to keep. Then lastly, I want to quote the great leader, the former Vice President of this Republic, the late George Saitoti, who said, "There comes a time when the interest of the Republic supersedes the interest of an individual or the interest of one person." In this regard, without any fear of contradiction, I support for approval the report by the Appointment Committee. Thank you, Modhu.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Zora, for gender purposes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and congratulations on scooping that seat. As women, we are proud of you. My name is Grace Bahati, representing the great people and beautiful people of Cheleni Ward. I would like to support this motion and be thankful to God that our governor was able to select 4 women to represent us in Machakos County. As we were walking through the CIDP camps, we were able to be part of the team, and we saw the passion and the love they had to serve the people of Machakos. And in regards to that, I would like to request the House, we approve these members, because they are the grease to make the ministries move. Right now, we are stagnant, we are stuck, and we actually want to serve the people of Machakos County. So with further ado, I do approve and say thank you to the Appointment Committee for doing a great job. God bless you and God bless the people of Machakos.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Zora. Mheshimiwa Kaviu.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and congratulations on your appointment as the Vice Chair CAF.
Thank you.
I wish to support the report that has been tabled this morning on the floor of this House. I had the privilege of being part of the committee that vetted the nominees.
Madam Speaker, some correction, please. Madam Speaker was not appointed. She was elected. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you. Thank you for that correction.
Thank you.
It was an election that took place.
Thank you, Honorable Koki,
Yes.
for that for that correction.
Yes.
Much appreciated. And congratulations on your election. Back to my point. I had the privilege of sitting on the Committee on Appointment, and I wish to confirm to this house that the members and the great people of Machakos who have been appointed to serve in those positions merit. And also, I would like to urge the House to support the report, because as a House, we have three main roles. One being legislation, representation, and oversight. As a House, as it sits now, we are able to legislate on matters of the county government of Machakos, but for us to actualize the three roles that we are supposed to perform, we need to have a government in place so that they can deliberate on policies that we can oversight as a House. And on that note, I wish to support the report, and by judging, and Madam Speaker, by judging from the mood of the House, most of the members seems to be in agreement, and we can put the question so that we can proceed. Please put the question for us to decide. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, during our training, we were told sometimes you can shoot up and contribute. I don't know whether it applies in
It's
this
not in
situation.
order. You are out of order.
Point of order.
Mheshimiwa
I
Johanna,
stand
you are
to
out of
support
order.
Point
You are out of order.
Point of order.
Mheshimiwa
Honorable
Johanna,
Johanna.
you are out of order.
I
Take your
was trying to
seat.
implement the training, Madam Speaker.
Put the question. Put the question.
Mheshimiwa Kisila, and you are the last one.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Order. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for catching my eye. As a ranking member, I think it's only fair that we are given opportunity to contribute. This is a very serious motion of county importance. And I'll be very brief, Madam Speaker. First of all, congratulations on your election. We are very proud of you. We know you have what it takes. Two, Madam Speaker, thank you very much for chairing a very powerful committee. Your leadership skills are exemplary. Madam Speaker, mine is very brief. We are living, this county, the third assembly, is living in very interesting times. Having come from the second assembly, what we are seeing from Governor Wavinya is exceptional leadership. And we are seeing a leader who means well for this county. In the last 2 to 3 months, when she has been the governor, what she has been able to display and she's been able to do for our county is serious work. And one of the things he's done is giving us members who are very competent. Having been part of that committee, I was very impressed by the quality of CECs who had been nominated. Each of those CECs displayed high caliber of knowledge on the skills which are required. Madam Speaker, the mood of the House is very clear. And I like the unity of this assembly. If we continue with this unity, together with our governor, I can assure you we will go very far in service of our people. And with that in mind, Madam Speaker, I urge you to put a question so that we can finish this task ahead of us. And this, we can quickly gazette these na tuanze kazi. Asante sana.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I now invite the mover to reply.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, honorable members, for that gesture. At least whatever we are seeing tells where we are ending to. And I can tell, Madam Speaker, this county government of Machakos is going to greater heights with such moods. Madam Speaker, you realize that today this house assembly is going to go going to adjourn. Reason being, with a lot of with members having so many questions, so many reports that they should present in this house to get business to do, we cannot do that because we do not have CECs from the other end to respond to questions from these members. And that tells you the urgency of these nominees who should be approved and sworn in, so that for this house to proceed. So Honorable Speaker, aware that honorable members, kindly aware that we only read the executive summary. Please, honorable members, that we only read the executive summary for the report. Full report has been uploaded in the assembly website for everyone to go through it and see the good of the report. So thank you, honorable members. Thank you all for the support. And thank
you. I now put the question that, taking into consideration the findings of the committee on appointments in its first report on the vetting of nominees. Can we have one meeting? Yes. Laid on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 8th November 2022, and pursuant to Article 179, 2B of the Constitution, Section 30, 2D, and 44, 2D-B of the County Government Act 2012, Section 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments, County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, and Standing Order 184-4, this House approves the appointments of the following persons as County Executive Committee members: Dr. Consolata Mutisia, Devolution; Onesimus Moya Kuyu, Finance and Economic Planning; Dr. Daniel Monyao Yumbia, Health; Honorable Nathaniel Nganga Ruben, Roads, Transport and Public Works; Philip Mutua Kilonzo, Lands, Urban Development, Housing and Energy; Bishop Dr. Joel Nzomo, Agriculture, Food, Security and Cooperative Development; Catherine Mutanu Raphael, Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change; Joyce Mwikali Muindi, Education; Sharon Thoki Mutua, Trade, Industry, Tourism and Innovation; Onesimus Mwasia, Gender, Youth, Sports and Social Welfare. Approves the appointment of Dr. Victor Muya Dambuki as the County Secretary. And as many as are of the opinion say aye. As many as are of the contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Order, members. The House adjourns to today, Tuesday, 8th November 2022 to 3 p.m. Thank you, members. Lunch will be served.